joined us this Saturday afternoon. And some of you are so fast, I need to send you our shout-outs before we even begin. Xavier Gital Masharia says, I was #1 here, and he needs a shout-out for that. Raima Jaka, so good to see you tuned in. Bonnie Waila Ngari is tuned in. Felixis Minor, thank you very much. Justin Keeps Rono, I'm there. Shepherd Ian Bissett says, I am here. Guys, I am in the presence of hockey royalty. But before we talk about the hockey, I need to give you a word from our sponsors, simply because you can advance your life just by talking to ABSA. If you're looking for a way to achieve your financial goals, guys, ABSA is here to give you the assist while also giving you the ultimate Premier League experience. Yes, they are the financial partners of the English Premier League, which has taken a break this week, thank heavens, which means Arsenal can't lose a game. But the Premier League will be back next week. Now, if you want to get an assist from ABSA, guys, all you need to do is make a deposit into your personal or business account, and you stand to have that deposit doubled up to 100,000 shillings. Yes, or you could win 1 million shillings that ABSA is giving away every single month. Now, this is for all deposits through the ABSA pay bill 30/30/30, through PesaLink, RTGS, inward remittances, cash, check. Even if your salary goes into your ABSA, even if your salary goes into your ABSA account, you stand to have it doubled every single month. Of course, terms and conditions apply. That's Africanacity. That is ABSA. Now, let me introduce my hockey royalty to you. I will start with the head coach, Jackie Mwangi. So good to see you, Jackie.
I'll see you again.
How's it? I haven't seen you for a whooping 1 month. Have you been this year, though?
It's been a challenging year, but we thank God. We'll take everything in stride, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
And of course, I want to introduce you to Gilly Okumu. Gilly, the national women's team captain, and we have an international. She's the Cristiano Ronaldo of Kenya. When it comes to hockey, how are you doing, Gilly?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how's your year been? Because it's been a crazy year for everybody.
Tough, I can say.
It's been a tough year.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. And of course, not as expected.
And when a tough girl tells you it's been a tough year, trust me, it's been a tough year.
Yeah.
Gilly, I didn't know that we actually have players in Kenya, in hockey, playing for international clubs. Tell us about your hockey journey before we get to how you play for a German club.
I started playing hockey in 2012. That was when I was still in high school. I was in Sinyolo Girls. It's in Kisumu. Yeah, so that's where... Yeah, so I was a soccer player, and I was forced from soccer to hockey by my soccer coach. So yeah, I tried it. It was okay, and amazingly, my first tournament, I was the top scorer and the best player. So I decided.
You were still in school?
Yeah, that was when I was in Form 3. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. And luckily, when we were at nationals, the Strathmore coach scouted me and said, I want you to play for Strathmore. So you only need to get the pass mark so that we can give you scholarship and you play for us. So I started playing for Strathmore when I was in Form 3. So I was coming from school, I play for them, I go back. Yeah.
Yes, and of course, it means you are a swatter. People still say that.
Yeah.
Because it means you had to be good in books to get into Strathmore in the first place, and good in sports. So you're an all-rounder.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I joined Strathmore when I finished high school, and I played for Strathmore since 2013 to date, while I'm a student there. So I graduated in 2018, and now I'm still playing for them because I'm giving back. They're my home team and everything. I just love them.
All right, we'll come back to your career in just a bit. There's a guy here who says he knows you, Xavier Gital Masharia. Do you know him? He says, I know Jackie. She was a fanatic sometime back. She needs no intro, but good to see you, Gilly. You know him?
No, I doubt.
Stop forcing the people. I'm one who knows people. Jackie, good to see you again. For those who didn't watch you on our other show a couple of weeks ago, give us an introduction to your playing and career, and then, of course, how you became the head coach of the women's national hockey team.
Okay. Basically, I played for Pangani Girls eons ago, 94, I think 97. And during my time there, I was basically one of the best players in my school and in the country at that time. And when I left, somehow I got a scholarship through my Ministry of Culture and Social Services then to play football in the US. I got a scholarship. I am a footballer. But when I came back home, I decided to come back home and I realized that my first love was hockey, and I ventured into it, and the last 13, 14 years, that's where I've been, and I've been the highest goal scorer, I think, the last 10 years. And just so to say, last season, we shared the highest goal scorer position. So I think that's...
Last year you were still playing?
I was still playing last year.
So you were a player coach or you were just a player?
I was a player coach, but I wasn't playing for the national team. I retired from the national team in 2015. So I was still playing the league. But as of this year, I think I've fully transitioned to coaching, and yeah, I've passed on the baton.
So when it comes to women's hockey, I'm sitting with Ronaldo and Messi. Just to put this into perspective, my goodness. But when you were playing football, you played for Starlets under 19, was it?
Yes, under 16. Under 16 then, yes.
Around the Starlets?
Yes.
Yani, you guys could have been shining in football, and now you're shining in hockey. I see that once you're an athlete, in many instances, you become sort of an all-rounder.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's true.
But why didn't you stay with football?
Football always been my heart. When I get a chance, I do go out and kick a bit. But I think my love is in hockey right now. I love hockey with a passion. I'm an ambassador for sports, so that's where my love is right now. But still a Chelsea fan, yeah.
Our director is a Chelsea fan. We're probably going to zoom in on you and say that again.
Chelsea fan.
We're not talking about football. The word Arsenal has gone from my tongue. I didn't know I just said it. But yeah, we're not talking about that today. But I want to get more into your career now. And going for trials in Germany. What was that like? When did that happen? How did that come about?
That happened in 2017, was it? When we were in Egypt. There was a coach from Germany who scouted me from there, and he said he's interested in me trying out in Germany. So when I went there in 2019. 2018, I didn't go because it was too late and the league was almost coming to an end. So in 2019, I went there for the first time in April. So I played a couple of matches, scored a lot of goals, and they were so interested, happy, of course, excited to have me in the team. And so they made me part of them.
So how does it work? Because you have a team in Germany, but you also have a team in Kenya.
German league is a bit short. It's like 2 to 3 months. So I go April, May, June, then I come back. And Kenyan league is like the whole year. It runs the whole year, first leg and second leg. So I miss a couple of matches, maybe 1 or 2 or 3. Yeah, and then I come back, play the rest of the matches. What
are the differences you see when you play for, because it's what, Eintracht Frankfurt?
Eintracht Frankfurt.
Okay. So Germany is not my first, second, third or fourth language. What's the difference between playing in Germany and playing in Kenya?
Of course, in Germany, it's top class hockey, and they have a lot of exposure. They have a lot of they've invested in the sport, so they start playing when they're still young, which is different in Kenya, because in Kenya you find hockey only in high school, and maybe international schools is where they play hockey when they're still young. So there they grow with hockey. By the time they get to such an age, they're so good at it, which is so different in Kenya. So there, I think basics, everyone has their basics right. So when I first got there, I was like, wow, I didn't know people can do that. And even those people who are in the second team and the third team, they are so good. Yeah.
Culture
So,
shock.
yeah. And they train hard. They are pushed. They are motivated by themselves. They don't wait for the coaches to push them and tell them you have to do this. People work by themselves, and then when they come, now the coach just brushes everything on top of it, which is so different, because in Kenya we want to be pushed. We want to do things when the coach tells you to do them. Yeah. So it's just personal discipline.
Jackie, what I'm hearing, and you're the head coach now of the national women's hockey team, is that do we, well, clearly we don't, but I want you to expound on it, invest in hockey players from a young age? Because I see this in a lot of sports in Kenya, that people tend to bump into a sport that, oh, I'm good at this, let me do it. The way Gilly has said, in high school you find people who play hockey and then they transition into professional hockey.
Yeah.
But what's missing in our hockey in terms of development?
Well, we need a wide-scale development plan, because right now, with the few resources we have, we've only managed to create a few, I want to call them hubs. So, like, for example, in Nairobi, we have a development training session that happens on Saturdays, but it's not been on since COVID. I think we have a couple of branches in I think with Tunza, where is Tunza in Siaya?
Yes,
It's in Siaya, I think. And there's also one in in Vita. There's also one there. So we need to make it more large scale, and just have more coaches trained on the ground who can deliver the right content to our young upcoming.
What is the setup of hockey in Kenya? I mean, I know there's a federation.
Yes.
I know my old friend, she called Elena, used to be there.
Yes,
she left,
she's still there. No, she's still there.
She's still there in Kenyan hockey?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she had transitioned to football.
No.
I saw her on the electoral board of the FKF electoral board.
Okay.
She's still at Kenya hockey?
Yeah.
Yes, she's still there. Yeah.
But what's the setup like? Do we just have a Premier League? Do we have leagues that go down to the county level? And what support do you get both from the federation and government?
All right, so we're not big enough to go to the county level yet. So, but we do have a very active Premier League and a national league. So right now we've moved from, in the Premier League, I think the men have about 18 teams and the women have about 8 or 9 teams. 9 teams. And the national league, on the men's side, I think it's really, really broad. I think maybe 16 to 18 teams. The women, about 9 teams. So it's something that has grown within the last 5 years. And a big thumbs up to Kenya Hockey Union for enabling that growth. Yes. Yeah.
So if somebody is in Shags, they have a chance to...
Right now they have that chance, because most of the places where hockey is played, there are now teams coming up from those areas. So I think the union is trying to work out a way to incorporate all the teams so that there's a lot of playing activity.
So your union actually works?
Our union is trying. I want to give them a thumbs up.
There's a federation in Kenya that works. Kenya Hockey Union. They're
trying. I mean, they do have a lot of struggles in terms of, I think, financial, which is in every single one, in every single, I think, sport in Kenya. But I think I want to give them a thumbs up, especially during this time of COVID. I want to say our coaches have been empowered. Some of our players who want to be coaches have also gained from the partnership between KHU and NOC to empower our coaches through various coaching courses and workshops. So it's been good. So we are hoping that we can move that knowledge to our players on the ground, and then our game should improve. Yeah.
For me, because I've been in sport for the last 15 years plus actively, I've been a fan since I think I play every sport except hockey.
I wonder why.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Kenya High School, I think I was in Form 2, and I was hit with a hockey stick on my hand, and the skin has grown over several decades back. This skin came off. I was hit with a hockey stick and I just saw white Because first you see white and then you see the
Blood.
blood.
Yeah.
And I gave up hockey. That was in Form 2, Term 1. And I was excused for hockey forever. I am afraid of that stick. And I am afraid of that ball. So unfortunately, I'm a bit traumatized. But for me, so many people, like Kenya High was a hockey school. There's so many hockey schools.
Yes.
But then we had so many good people, for example, when I was in Kenya High. But you never see these people transition into professional hockey. They just get absorbed into real jobs in
Yes, yes.
What happened? What's missing?
And it's a large cohort of people who they do support hockey by heart, but they just the platform for them to come and join is not available. And hopefully maybe that's an area that the union can work on, and hopefully we can get those funds back into hockey. If then though they are not playing social hockey, at least they are there to support hockey, and that's what we need to grow the sport. Yeah.
Because in high school it was everybody, if you don't play hockey, you campaign to be in the cheering squad.
Yeah.
Steam. Ahoy.
It was intense. It was intense. I just want to talk about safety. You talked about you got hurt.
Yes.
And I think with what we are teaching now, we are teaching safety. We're teaching safety not to injure the other player. We're teaching safety of the player trying to defend as well. So I think in the future it should be a much safer sport, and we need our coaches to continue to encourage and urge good sportsmanship, because there are some who do it intentionally, and there are some who just, when if it's an accident, then it's possible to understand. But we need to talk about safety in the sport, and hopefully we can grow in this. Good sportsmanship.
Let me get a few comments here. I have to send a shout out to my sister Florence, because if I don't, I won't have lunch. She says, I'm following women in hockey, thumbs up.
Right.
Gital Masharia says, I'm already in love with our Luo hockey player. The conversation begins with, while we were in Egypt. Her Luo interviewer picks up how it has been in Germany. Hey, we are journals, we are universal. Ngesti Dunga says, give me a shout out. I'm tuned in from Kiambu. Zach the Rediz Maestro Aura. Why can't people just use their names? You know,
He's like awesome.
Yeah.
he
really.
says, top class players. Good to see Jackie taking over the ladies team. Great stuff. Gilly, you have the talent. Make use of it. We will support you. Carol Gushu says, coach. And then she puts many love hearts. Masharia says, this Jango conversation is making my afternoon. Killer B says, back in high school, I hated hockey after the hockey ball hit me on the forehead while cheering during school games. But these are the games that we have to push. Then Carol Gushi says, hockey is not for the faint-hearted. Carol Unaka Ngumu. Hey, hockey. But it's a tough sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not... Maybe not for you, but generally speaking,
for everyone actually, because I think we all have marks from hockey and injuries, so it's a tough one.
You have the scars of the game.
Yes, definitely.
And they don't deter you.
No. They drive me. So weird. I think I remember there was one tournament. I got hit with a ball on my finger. I still have a mark till today. But I got hurt when the beginning of the match. I just told them, look, just tie it. I want to go back in. And later on, I found it was a mild fracture. Yes, so I don't know if it's a thing with hockey players. It was accidental. It wasn't intentional. But my team needed me, and I had to rise up to the occasion. So it's not for the faint-hearted, but we try and try and stay as safe as possible. Yeah.
You know, you've explained right there why you didn't stay with football, because football is for the faint-hearted. You know, you see these guys that kick like this, they start rolling. And then if you watch rugby, someone is hit on the head, he's bleeding, he just goes like this, and he wants to continue playing, you know. And it sounds like hockey is like that. It's not for Akina asks. Woodmin Johnny says, in usual, I'm loving every bit of this conversation, ambassador of sports. For me, I want to talk a bit about marketing of the game, because like I said, hockey is so huge in school, but we don't hear much about you after school. And I'm guilty as well as somebody who covers sport. But what I keep telling a lot of these sports is football is a little easy to cover because at least in Kenya, despite all the issues we have with football management, they communicate with the media. When KPL was running the KPL, I'll see how it is when FKF is running it. Monday we get emails, these are the results from the weekend, these are the red cards, yellow cards, all that stuff before the weekend. There's these are the fixtures, the venues, all that information are emailed to us. There's more they can do, there's more the clubs should do to let people know what they're doing, but we don't get that much in hockey. There's a time I tried to follow hockey and I'm like, okay, the game's on Saturday morning. You know, I literally have to know someone and call someone to get that information.
Well, I think they're trying now to get the word out. I think we have a lot of affiliate media houses. For some of them, personal media houses that are trying to get the word out. But I think the union will improve on this. I will let them know to be more vocal. I hope they're hearing. More vocal, and we need to be more out there. There are a lot of good things they're doing. Of course, a lot of people concentrate on the bad things, but if we look at the good things and the growth that's happening, that's what we need to get the word out.
But tell us about it. And nowadays, in fact, you don't even have to wait for the union. There's social media, it's free. I couldn't find you on Instagram. I don't know if you're there.
Yeah.
You're there? That's Gilly Okumu.
No.
You see? You're a brand, Gilly. You should be there as your brand. And you see with social media is you have a direct access to your fans, to people who are interested. When I told people, when I posted this morning that you played in Germany, they go, Allah, Kenya has a player who plays in Germany. They don't even know these things.
Actually, there are several players who play outside. There's one right now who's in Germany. Griffin is in Italy. There's Leonaura, who's playing in Germany right now. She's even there right now as we speak. She got caught on the other side. And we do have some exchange programs that do happen. So we are looking to have more players going out, and I think that's the only way to grow our sport as well. Because if our players have that exposure, then when they come back, they can be able to perform at a high level.
So now you just need to tell us about it.
But I think when people go out, then the other countries know that there are players in Kenya, because they couldn't believe that a Kenyan can play hockey that way, you know.
We're not known for hockey.
So
run.
We run and we're from the bush. That's their notion about Kenyans. But going there, I think it's opening opportunities for other people, and now they're interested in knowing about Kenyan hockey, I can say.
But also tell us Kenyans about Kenyan hockey. I'm actually embarrassed. I didn't even know we had one player playing out of the country. Now you're telling me there's several.
Yeah, several.
So communication and marketing.
Definitely.
It's a whole 360. I want us to take a break. I want us to take a break. And then when we come back, I want to know whether you make money from the game, whether it's something you would encourage your children to do. There's still a lot we have to talk about, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a bit. And by the way, share the link. Give us your questions in the comment section so I can ask these lovely ladies. Because for me, hockey should be in lights. We talk about marathons. We talk about football that doesn't even do that well. But we rarely talk about hockey, and yet you're making the country proud. So guys, we're going to take a short break. We'll see you in a bit.
Behind the greatest goals is a great assist. As the official banking partner of the Premier League, ABSA is giving you the ultimate assist so you can achieve your goals this season. That is Behind the greatest goals is a great assist. As the official banking partner of the Premier League, ABSA is giving you the ultimate assist so you can achieve your goals this season. That is a cracking assist! You're getting all the games, goals, and glory. Exclusive access to legends and players, plus game-changing banking solutions. Follow your local ABSA Facebook page for more. Get the assist from ABSA and get things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Hi and welcome back. This is Radull Live, where we talk sport every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. Today I am with hockey royalty. Hockey royalty. But just to remind you guys, if you're looking for a way to achieve your financial goals, you need to be speaking to ABSA. Yes, what ABSA is doing right now to assist you is ABSA is doubling your deposits up to 100,000 shillings. Up until the 28th of December. Guys, simply by depositing money into your ABSA account, that qualifies you to be one of the 10 lucky winners to have your deposits doubled every single month. And every month, ABSA is also giving away 1 million shillings. Yes. And if you stay here on Radull Live, every now and again, we have prediction games. This weekend, the Premier League has taken a break, so but every weekend you can play one of our prediction games and, of course, win yourself your favorite EPL jersey. But guys, what you need to do is text the word assist to 22268. Text the word assist to 22268. You'll receive all the information from someone from ABSA, and they'll let you know how you can get an assist from ABSA. Just like in hockey, you can't score a goal without an assist.
Definitely.
You're a striker. You're a Ronaldo. You're an Olunga. Let me stop saying Ronaldo. You're a Michael Olunga of Kenyan hockey. And you can't score without an assist.
True.
Everybody needs an assist, guys. You can't do everything, yeah? But what is it like in hockey? Just to talk about the game itself. I can't remember how scores are kept. I'm quite green when it comes. I know it's 1 win, 1 win. But what are the rules of hockey? How many, 5 players? Is it 7?
It's just the same as football. 11 players.
Oh, it's 11 to 11?
Yeah.
Ooh, shame on me.
There's no offside though.
That's how long ago I quit.
No offside.
There's no offside in
No
hockey.
offside. We have things called short corners.
I remember those.
Yes, you can only score in the D.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no raised balls.
I want to talk about our international performance because when I see hockey in Africa, all I ever hear is South Africa, South Africa, South Africa. Internationally, where do we rank?
I think right now we are around 50-something. 53, 54. But I mean,
in the African continent?
In the African continent, as of the last tournament, we are ranked third, right? Third or fourth?
Fourth in Africa.
Fourth in Africa. We are usually number 2, but we've gone down a bit to fourth.
Actually, yesterday I even posted and said we're usually number 2 to South. Which are the other countries that give us competition?
Ghana, Zimbabwe. Those are the main. The other countries that do play are Namibia, Nigeria, right now Egypt, and our neighboring countries, Tanzania, Uganda. We're also growing. I think we have more than 20 countries right now in Africa.
And what are our chances of getting to the Hockey World Cup? Or that is...
Well, I think...
What do they have? They have international championships?
I think a few years ago, up until now, the rule is there's only one country that can qualify. From Africa. But in the future, we are fighting for at least another place so that we can have more exposure from African countries. Not just South Africa. But if we beat them in an African tournament, then we do have a chance. So as long as we train properly, prepare properly, then the sky is only the limit.
In fact, I was going to ask what is missing from where we are now and to take us to the next level. Because when you say when we train or prepare properly, what are we not doing?
Okay, first and foremost, I think the Kenya Hockey Union is working on replacing the infrastructure of the pitch. The pitch itself is more than 10 or 15 years old. The Astro is really old and it's falling apart.
When so that we only have one venue.
We have We have several venues. I think the East Regional Championship is supposed to be held at the Simba Union in January, which is what we are preparing for. Unless COVID happens and it's moved, postponed, and that's the best Astro turf that we can use. There are other ones, Kenton College and other places that have private ones, but that's it for now.
Hockey has to be played on AstroTurf.
Yes.
Oh.
Local leagues are played on grass and marram pitches, but when you're playing,
you play at City Park.
yeah,
That's not Astro.
no, the City Park one is Astro.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Astro. Yeah.
And so we don't have venues around the country. It's the same old story,
yes.
like football and every other sport.
Yes. Tuko kwa hiyo infrastructure train. Eh?
Can you make a living from hockey? Do you make a living from hockey?
In Kenya, no.
In Kenya now, no.
No.
Because the only women's club that was making a living out of hockey was Blazers, formerly Telkom. And they were being sponsored by Telkom at that time. And we were earning from the sport then. But now, since they pulled the sponsorship, I don't think there are any teams that can earn something. Maybe on the men's side, Butali, they have a sponsor. And I think they've won the league the last 2 years. So it gives a boost, definitely.
And playing in Germany, are you paid?
Germany is like an exchange program. So basically they cater for everything of yours over there. So they'll pick your flight, they'll give you accommodation, they'll feed you when you're there and make sure you come back. So it's basically you can't get anything out of it.
But then that's unfortunate, because for me then that's a huge missing link between what we do and what South Africa has done. Because South Africa has managed to professionalize their hockey, even their rugby.
Yes.
When I tell people our rugby players, even Kina Collins and Gerard, they're semi-professional.
Yes.
They're not fully professional because they still have to have side jobs. So I think, you can't focus on the game, because these are people who wake up, you train, you go for a massage, you go and steam, you play hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey is what you do.
Yes.
But here, you then need to get a side hustle.
Yeah. And a job.
But then that's huge. Then for me, the hockey union has a lot of work. As much as you're saying they're organized, which they are, when it comes to training and all those things, if they market you well, then won't corporate sponsors follow?
Definitely. Definitely. We agree with you on that regard. I think we can only do what we can do with what we have. So, which is what we're trying to do. But like you said, there's room for improvement. As a union, I think we need to expand our marketing strategies and set up, and hopefully this can turn around. Yeah.
Zach
3Ds.
The very long name. It says,
Yeah.
Radull, advertise hockey. We need people like you so that hockey can be known all over the country. I'm trying today, but you need to feed me this information on a permanent basis. Rhoda Kuira says, Carol, to jazz study, hockey needs to be known in this country, which is true. Do you charge fans when they come for your games?
Kidogo sana. We do charge very small fee. I think between 50 and 100 bob. But we need the people to come. Yeah,
because and for football it's like the jazz study concept is basically to bring entertainment around games and hype them so that people come for the games. They pay at the entrance, and then eventually when corporates see that they're actually fans in the stands, it's easier for you to approach a corporate and say, sponsor this team, because that's your potential customer. I think we're the only country where corporates prefer to put up billboards and sponsor concerts and book advertising on radio, yet there are brands like your brands that can get them the visibility they need. But
definitely.
I think from within, there's also work to do to brand and market yourselves.
Yes.
Hilda Chepto says, loving the conversation. She's also a sport reporter. Hilda, you should have them as well on your show. Ngesti Dunga Mata says, ask them what their opinion is about Telkom officially announcing their withdrawal. with Kenya Hockey Union outfit Telkom women's team. We actually had that conversation on radio. Was it last year?
Yes, we had it last year, a bit today. I think Telkom had a major impact on the growth of hockey. And also, apart from that, apart from sponsoring the team, I think they had some kind of partnership with the union in terms of funding some tournaments and things like that. So their withdrawal was really, it really took a hit on us. But we shall overcome, yes.
But I think people are also a little bit harsh on Telkom because people always attack the people who are there and left. There's so many corporates in this country.
There's so many.
Do you guys knock on doors? I know it's not your responsibility as a player or your responsibility as a head coach, but in your conversations with, say, club management and the union, do you knock on doors and say, come and sponsor hockey, come and sponsor players?
Yeah.
You know, you can knock on doors yourself.
Yeah, sometimes we try because hockey is an expensive game, and you need, because you can find some people don't know you. Of course you're a big person in hockey, but you can pass like other people and they're like, who are you?
I would have passed you.
Yeah.
I'm so ashamed.
So it's all about even other people's interests, because even when you're going for a club championship, I see people calling for corporates and other people to help them get money and finances to travel for the club championship. So I know we try, and I think we've never been successful, I can say.
But it starts with you branding yourself. I've seen Gitao Masharia said, Gilly needs to open her pages and he'll be your first follower. She has them. She just
I will change them today.
You know?
Yeah.
Because then you become a brand of yourself. And nowadays people also buy social media.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
you can, I mean, they pay to be on my social media.
Yeah.
And I don't play hockey, I don't play football.
Yeah.
I just have a big mouth. Yet you are a brand who invests in the game. Take us through a normal training day. What time do you wake up? What do you do?
I always have my different training schedule apart from the one for national team. So I wake up by 6. I go for my morning run. Then I go to the gym at around 9. Yeah, then I don't play hockey when I'm going to the gym. So if it's a gym day, it's a gym day. So I play hockey on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Yeah. And that's when it is scheduled to play. Because, you know, you can't play hockey alone. It's so hard. So you need other people.
The whole team.
Yeah, not necessarily the whole team, but like 3-4 people.
Well, and everybody's doing other things.
Yeah.
So they have full-time jobs or what?
Most of the people are in school because most of the clubs are universities in hockey. And other people who've graduated are working. So you have to really find time where you can accommodate everyone to train.
What would be an ideal situation for you? Do you have a side job?
Right now, no. Corona did everything.
Has
So
affected everyone.
yeah, so now there's nothing I'm doing apart from training. Yeah.
But ideally, you would like to wake up in the morning. Hockey is what you do, and you get paid for it.
Yeah.
You know.
And I can count myself lucky that I'm waking up. You know, you can train so hard when you know this is what feeds you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's just not a hobby. Because I think a lot of people play hockey because of the passion they have. Even for the teams in the league, we play hockey because we love the sport. You can find someone treks from home to the stadium only to play hockey because he or she loves the sport. So if you have something that motivates you to play, then I don't think we can fail to go to the top
Then
level.
South Africa is nothing.
Yeah.
But I hear the same thing in every single sport in Kenya, you know. You have to have the passion to, especially our team sports.
Yeah, it's
you do.
true.
You have to have the passion to keep yourself going. But it's unfortunate because passion doesn't pay bills. Huh?
Passion
Pay a
doesn't
single
pay.
bill, huh?
Passion doesn't pay. But I think over the last few years, with the government empowering the national teams, I think it's easier now for someone to want to play for the national team because they know akienda trip, there's something coming, you know. And Not that they have not been doing that in the past, they have been, but at least with more consistency now.
What's the government allowance right now? 750 shillings if you're in camp. 750 shillings a day. That's an allowance. That's transport.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, but shame on us. I'm trying to say shame on us.
We would want more. We would want better treatment. We want to motivate.
Yeah.
Want to motivate. If I come for training and I know that as a player I don't have to worry about what I'm going to eat that day, not going to worry about my transport, I've gotten something a little bit more from that session I can go home with, man, that would really push me, you know. And if this was consistently every day, then that would push me. So we need to create that kind of a scenario.
What's your ideal situation, Jackie?
Like
when you look at your girls and you know what you can get out of them.
Yes.
You know.
I think for me right now, if I could get all the girls into one location, get them into camp, like they do with the football, get them into camp and have them in there, like I think the Argentinians are doing this right now, and the top tier teams have these girls into camp, pay for them on their stay there, pay them to be there, and create an environment where they can grow, have a gym there, have the turf there, you know, and of course right now with COVID have the specific medics there and the physio, and just have a team, a whole team that can just, you know, make everything come together. That would be my ideal situation.
You put a little bit of praise in the national team, which is great, that the national team, people aspire to play for the national team. But on a day-to-day basis, anywhere around the world, it's your club that keeps you going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's the clubs that also need to somehow be empowered or empower themselves, because
Yes.
they have the ability, the infrastructure. Your clubs have proper secretariat, proper
Yes.
officers, marketing
Yes.
people, branding people.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go back and shake up your club. That's Strathmore. Strathmore. I know the Strathmore guys are watching. They commented on Instagram and said they'll be watching. How does Strathmore perform in the local league?
We are top 3. We were basically top 2 for the longest time, but then the last 2 seasons we've been number 3. USIU just
Snuck in, eh?
yeah.
And that was to Telkom Kenya, who had won the league for like
Yeah,
18
they've
times or
always
so.
won the
Ridiculous.
league.
Yeah.
You were at Telkom.
Yes.
Now
blame
you're
them.
saying they. Huh?
Yeah.
Let me read some comments here from Hilda Chepto, the sports journalist. She says, I'm a fan of the sport. Our ladies are doing us proud. In club category, Telkom, which is now Blazers, have dominated for a while. Yes, Hilda. Jackie here played for Telkom. That's how we met, I think, was it last year or the year before?
Yes, last year.
When you had become Blazers. You were
Yeah.
becoming Blazers.
Yes.
Simoniski Mwangi. Oh my goodness. You know him.
Yeah, we know him.
He says there's room for improvement in terms of marketing and promoting the game. Good steps and foundations are being put in place. We need support from the mainstream media as well. We try our best to promote the game, but a helping hand will do us a good deal. Tell him he can do more, because Radull doesn't know. And stop relying too much on mainstream media. Yes, mainstream media should do more.
Yeah.
But I know people who have barely watched anything on mainstream media in forever, but they're always here on social media.
Yeah.
I saw last year's statistics, an average of 7 million Kenyans who visit Facebook every single month.
Wow.
You know, so Facebook is still the power of social media in Kenya.
Okay.
7 million. Instagram, I think, was 2 million, and Twitter was 650,000. So if you build your Facebook platform, you have an opportunity to reach people without having to go and beg the Radulls of this world to put me on mainstream. I'm not even on mainstream media anymore, by the way.
Yeah, but there are people, hockey players, who took the initiative to make the sports known. Like now we have different, can I say companies or
Platforms.
just platforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, to make the sports known, including Simon. Yeah.
Simon does very well.
Yeah.
He's I think Hockey KE.
Hockey KE, there's
Hockey Kenya.
Hockey
There's
Kenya,
Hockey.
there's, yeah.
Magongo. Yeah, we'll tag you. We'll let them
But
know.
that's
Tag
fantastic.
Yeah.
And anyone who's watching, by the way, go and follow Hockey KE and all these other platforms.
you. Yes.
I'll try and share some of your stuff so people can find you through my platform.
Okay.
Woodmin Johnny. Hey, guys. The hockey bigwig. You know him?
Who
The
is
name
that?
is just funny. The
Must
hockey
be a
bigwigs
hockey
herein
player.
have a responsibility. Yes, as patriots, they need to get to the core of popularizing hockey and tapping in the talents all over the country. That's enormous all over the country. Do we have programs that go to like scouting all over the country? I saw somebody, I don't know, the comment disappeared, who said we need a lot of fresh young blood as well.
I think the last national team, both the men and the women, there's a transition phase that was happening. And I think for the men's team, we have a lot of players who are actually under 25 years old, both the men and the women. I think for us, that was the transition phase. And we are hoping that this age group is what will take us in the next 4 or 5 years as we try and work on the under 21s in the next year. And hopefully then that will transition. So we have a lot of young blood coming in. Yes.
Okay. A comment here from Masharia. He says, their journey concurs with mine. I always wanted to play hockey, but my fear for the stick made me leave the sport. I hope that's not offensive. Hey, I also have a fear of this. Kill the chapter, again, issues of sports, sponsorships, branding and marketing of sport. Rhoda, I think she's your friend. She says, my coach and captain, you still owe me push-ups, Gilly. Is she your coach? Is she your
She's
training
my
partner?
teammate, yeah.
Princess Nelly, she watches us from Doha every week. She says, wake up at 6 a.m. to go run. I cried and I fainted. Nelly, that's why she plays hockey and you don't. Yeah? Let me see. Then Gital says, it's not only in hockey, but our women always put us on the map, only that we don't give them the necessary recognition. You've seen that generally speaking. Women's sport in this country are being thrown on the back burner.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? And feel free to be angry.
It makes us feel so bad because women do a lot of things. And when you see a woman or a lady coming from home, we've left a lot of things to do home and we go to the pitch. Back then, you come back home, you find those people waiting for you. You have to do a lot of things and still you not appreciated. It's really, really bad.
As a head coach of National Women's Hockey, what are you doing to appreciate these people, to appreciate the girls who play for you, but also to make what they do more known?
Well, I think I'll have to work on the more known part. But I think we've created an atmosphere where everybody feels that even when they have left their homes, they've come here. We are not here to waste time. We are a family. It's a family kind of setup, and we are one. At the end of the day, we are one, and we're trying to achieve a specific goal. So I do appreciate my girls. They do give their best. We'll push them to get better, to do more. And as a coach, that's my duty. But I'm also a mother, and I'll see these young upcoming women as though they are either my daughters or my younger sisters. And so we create that environment for them to feel that they're welcome and that their voice can be heard. If they're coming from home and they're having issues, is there something that I can do to make that better for them? So for us, it's a family setup. We like to hear everyone's comments, whether it's not sportsmanlike or whatever. It's a place where they can speak out and not feel afraid to speak out, basically. So I appreciate them.
But I do have to commend you, Jackie, because when I call you for an interview, you come like this, you know. I mean, I was supposed to have a different interview today. Someone called me on Thursday, backed out. I called you. You're like, yeah, let's do this. So you're always ready, and you've come on the other show that I do.
Yeah.
You came onto the radio, so you're always ready to come and speak up for the girls.
Definitely.
And you told me, I'll come with my captain, which is fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
So that's at least a good move on your part. So keep that up.
Thank you.
Does the government do anything for you?
Okay. For me,
That reaction was an answer.
for me, no.
For the sport.
For the sport, yes. I want to give them. I think there's been something happening between the government and Kenya Hockey Union over the last few months, because, like I said, our coaches have been empowered. We've had workshops, we've had courses going on online, and that's good. I think there was a time when the players were being given a little something just for survival. We do have a cohort of players who did get a little something, so we appreciate. If there's more that can be done,
there's more.
Yes.
Tafadhali,
tafadhali.
The government's first responsibility for me is infrastructure.
Yes, for me too.
And I think they failed us on that part.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not wrong, Simba Union is a private club, isn't
It's
it?
a private club.
There should be public. We don't have a public.
We need to have our Kasarani.
Yes.
We need to have our. City Park has served us well. I mean, if they could just revamp it, man, it's. I mean, and there's a lot of people around there who can just kind of walk in and watch the game, and it's a good family setup as well. So we would like them first and foremost to just give us a better pitch, better sitting area for our fans, new Astro. That way we can
that's only
grow.
City Park.
That's City Park. We want this in Mombasa, Nakuru, Kisumu, Garissa, everywhere.
Bondo.
Yeah.
Summit.
Bungoma. Yes, we want this place.
The infrastructure.
Yeah.
I think the government has really failed us in all our sport in providing us with infrastructure, because that's where it starts for you. When we do just a study, the fans complain about where they sit.
Yeah.
If you've been to Kasarani of late, and that's our number one stadium. It's dirty. There's no structure in how you get in and out. You know, they open 2 gates. It's a mess. You know, the way we manage unless you're in VIP, then the toilet's horrible. And even VIP
the toilets are horrible.
Water, you know, they're just simple things. And this is Kasarani for football, which is supposed to be our most loved sport. Yeah. So I mean, heaven forbid, when do they get to the likes of hockey?
I don't know. We need to find somewhere to push.
Yeah.
Some buttons to push. Maybe to work. I don't know.
What are your immediate goals for women's hockey? If I can, because we just need to wrap. We have like 2-3 minutes left.
Right.
Yeah?
I think our immediate goal is to win the regional cup.
When is that? And who are
in
the
January.
Other
The other countries are Tanzania, Uganda, maybe Rwanda, Seychelles, Egypt, maybe South Sudan, basically the East African region, apart from
And
Egypt.
Egypt also good in hockey.
Yeah.
Yes, they come. They have a team that won the club championship the year that we didn't go for Blazers, and we didn't have any women teams on that tournament. So the Egypt won. They actually beat the Ghanaians and the Nigerians and all that. So we want.
Sorry, and just to let people know, you didn't go because you didn't get the money.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only reason we didn't go.
Radio for us to fundraise so that our club champions can go for an international tournament.
Yeah.
And we didn't manage to fundraise enough money.
And so we didn't honor it.
Which is unfortunate. Yeah. So when is the regional championships, COVID allowing?
COVID allowing, they're in January 24th, I think, 23rd, 24th, around there. That's when they start, and then for a week.
Where they've been hosted?
At Simba Union.
Also, we are hosting
we
as
are
well.
Hosting, We are hosting. Yeah, so, yeah, we are positive that we're going to get positive results. But we want to train properly at City Park. We want the government to give us let me say, I don't want to say the forum, but with the football team, they all underwent COVID tests. We need to go through all that to be able to train properly, and we need to train properly because right now we're just doing small groups, and we need to train together as one. So we need the government to just say, guys, we have a tournament in January. This is what we can.
International tournament.
An international tournament. Yes.
Our girls need to prepare.
Yes.
Get them the COVID tests. Get them the support they need. Get them the infrastructure.
Yes.
And hopefully things will open up. I mean, I just hope our COVID cases go down.
Yeah.
So that we can actually, one, host the tournament, and
Yes.
two, fans come in, because
Yes.
there's a danger of hosting and then they still don't allow the fans in.
Yes, yes.
And heaven forbid you don't have a broadcast partner, because you should also get a broadcast partner.
Yes, I think we're looking for one right now, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
I know there's a time that Bamba Sport were in talks with Helena about 4 years ago for us to cover hockey. I don't know. The problem that year, that fixtures delayed and hockey kept starting. I think it was 2017 or 2018. The league was supposed to start, I don't know, in March. Then the previous league hadn't ended, and then there was a lot of chaos. What was going on? By
I
the
don't
way?
know what was going on, but as of the last two leagues, there have been, I mean, if it's starting at 2, it's 2. That's it. If you're late...
for the last 2 seasons?
Yes, for the last 2 seasons, it's been like that. Unless there's a delay, if it rains, then we have to clear the water from the Astro or something of the sort. But they're normally starting at the right time. Yeah.
All right. So nowadays things have
Things are
in order.
they're in order. Yes.
All right. Well, our hour is up. I just want to thank you guys for coming. Do you have any last words? What are your dreams and aspirations? And then give a word of advice to young hockey players who want to be you, who want to play in Germany.
Well, I'll start with my dream. I know I am not where I want to be in the sport. I'm not yet there. So if we can get support and help from other people, we'll really appreciate. And then to those young girls out there, and also those people who are still in hockey, I'd love to just tell them that discipline takes people a long way. So personal discipline will win everything for you. So just never lose hope. Everyone starts from somewhere, and just keep on. Put God first. That's always it.
God first.
Yeah.
That's not an option, by
Yeah.
the way. That's not an option. Just a few shout-outs before I ask you for your final words. Simon, who's with a long name, says there's actually a hockey pitch being constructed in Jamhuri
Yes.
Yeah.
along Gong Road. AstroTurf.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's AstroTurf. But
Oh.
yeah, we're hoping it's AstroTurf. Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
That will be owned by the county who will own that.
Yeah.
So you'll have access to it.
Yeah.
I just hope they do a good job. Gitao Macharia says, don't forget about Thika. He wants hockey in Thika as well. Then he says, from Strathmore to the world. All right. What's your parting shot, Jackie? Where do you want to see hockey going? And what do you want done?
For me, from where I'm standing, I think I'll be happy I'll be excited when we see hockey going down to the grassroots, to the community level. Yeah, let's have a team from Madare, Garissa, Nakuru. We do have, but these other places where we are not there. But really down to the community from the primary school level. We used to have primary games a long time ago. We need to get back to that. We have it in the private schools, but not in the public schools. And that's where we need to go. We need to go down there to that young child who has nothing to do. And we need to create that place for them.
Has a talent.
And definitely has a talent. Let me tell you, if you pick up a hockey stick and you're taught the right way, even that football, you won't play. You won't play it. You won't play it. You'll be like, when Trechezo Sangapi?
What time is hockey?
What time is hockey?
I know in high school. Kenya high school, girls were addicted.
Yes, there's a certain addiction to it. Yeah, and once you learn the skill, that's where we need to go.
I have to give a comment here to Sapet Ma. She says, good stuff, teammate Mwangi and worthy opponent Okumu. Keep the fire burning. From the retirees' corner, we shall cheer you on.
Oh.
Really? How old is she that she's saying retirees' corner? And then she says, giving a chance to younger players would be good. And there's somebody who wants to know what English Premier League team you support because they know she's Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Arsenal.
That's a good note to end on.
Poleni.
Masafara.
Poleni.
stronghold.
My fellow must have, that means she has a good, strong heart
Yeah.
and determination and cannot be shaken.
Of
That
course.
is what represents everyone. Oh, and in Kenyan Premier League, while we're at it, I hope you have a Kenyan Premier League club.
Gor Mahia.
Hello, God.
Yeah.
I can't sing to save my life.
For me, my other relatives are in Gor Mahia, so I'm there.
Okay, seems Kogalo rules the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Jackie, send me as much information as you can about
Yes, I
hockey.
will.
So we also put hockey on the map.
Yeah.
If we're hosting an international tournament in January, people should know about it. We should even be hyping it now, you
Yeah.
know, saying what the girls need, sending lineups on the teams. There's a feature I've started on Radull Live platform where it's called Know Your Stars. So I just profile a different player in a different sport every single day.
Yeah.
And it would be great to profile these girls so people get to know them, get to love them, and come and support them. You know?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Guys, thanks for watching Radull Live. We'll make sure you continue to share the link and tell your friends they can come and watch. This show will be pinned for the next 1 week, and then it's on this page. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week. Air bump. I do air bumps.